Good morning, children. Today I am going to continue the lesson, that is standard 8 English lesson, The Boy Who Sold Wisdom. So already I have taught you for 2 classes. I have explained you parawise of two times, and this is the third and the last part which is left. So I told you the whole story about the Nagendra, how he was an orphan, how he sold his wisdom for Nikhil for the sake of money. He learned from his father, seeing his father, and how his wisdom brought him luck, and how the people were happy with his advice and how they were satisfied. So in the first part, in the last where I stopped you, I said you about Babu, how Babu's life was saved from the king's hand, king and the queen's hand, because he had to give witness against the maid, saying that who was fighting in the marketplace for the first time, who was the one who started the fight. So then what did Nagendra give the advice for rupees 500? That he is to be insane in the court, means he doesn't know anything and he starts babbling, and when he starts babbling, the king sends him out of the court. So this way he saved his life, and both father and son becomes happy, and Nagendra becomes famous in the marketplace. So today we are going to continue the lesson, that is the 10th para. Now Gupta was not pleased. He saw that his son would have to feign madness always, or else the king would find out he had been tricked. He would certainly chop off his son's head if he found out. So back they went to Nagendra for more wisdom. For another 500 rupees, Nagendra advised them, go back to the king when he is in a good mood and tell him the whole story. He will find it amusing and he will forgive you. But make sure he is in a mood of laughter. And so Babu followed the advice, found the king in a merry mood and told him the story. The king laughed a lot and forgave him. So what did you understand in this para, children? Now Gupta, he is not happy. He knows what his son has done was not right. One fine day the king will come to know that Babu is alright. He can talk properly, or he has seen the story, he has seen what was happening in marketplace, but he was pretending. Okay, famous, he was pretending. So if this one king comes to know, then surely his son's head will be chopped off. So what does Gupta decide? Gupta takes Babu again to the Nagendra, takes him to Nagendra for another advice, and again he gives him rupees 500 and he says, give me some wisdom so that my son should be saved from the hands of the king. And this way, what is the second advice Nagendra gives to the son, that is Babu, Gupta's son Babu. So Nagendra says that whenever the king is in a very good mood, he should go and tell the truth, that what he had done was just to save his life because he was scared of his head being chopped off. So, and tell the real thing what was happening in the market. So now we have to tell the truth. If he tells the truth, the king can forgive him. But at the same time, you must see that the king is in a very good mood. So what happens? See the children. So he will find amusing and he will forgive you. Amusing means something which is interesting, okay? But make sure he is in a good mood of laughter. So whenever you go for the second time in front of the king, he is telling whom? Babu, that he should be in a very good mood. He should be in a laughing mood, so that whatever you say, he will take it in the positive way. If he is not in a good mood, you know, whenever anyone is not in a good mood, and if you go to that person, what will happen? That person will really thrash you. Means, because first of all his mood is not right. The same thing here also, the Nagendra gives advice to the Babu, saying that whenever the king is in in a very good mood, you go when he is in laughter, you go and you tell the truth. So Babu followed the advice of who? Nagendra. Found the king in a merry mood and told him the story. He tells the whole story what had happened. The king laughed a lot and forgave him. So king was happy because he was sincere. He was truthful even though he lied earlier. Now he came and asked for forgiveness and he told the reality, the truth what was happening. So king was in a good mood. So he was saved by king's hand and king also forgave him with a laughter. So we'll go to the 11th para. Then the king, who was intrigued by what he had heard of Nagendra in the market, sent for him and asked him if he had any more wisdom to sell. The boy said, "Of course, I have plenty to sell, especially to a king, but my fee would be 100,000 rupees. The king paid him the 100,000 and the boy gave him a piece of paper on which he had written, "Think deeply before you do anything." So what does this para tell you to children? Then the king, who was intrigued means he was curious. He was curious that Nagendra is there in the market and he is giving good advice where the people are following and they are getting wisdom, they are getting knowledge and they are being lucky for Nagendra's advice. So the king also is curious and he heard of Nagendra that he is staying in the marketplace and he is giving wisdom for sale. So he sent for him and asked him. So he conversed to his minister and he asked Nagendra to come to the court. And when Nagendra comes, the king asked him, "Is there any more wisdom? Is there any more wisdom to sell?" So the boy said, "Yes, of course I have a lot of wisdom to sell, but especially to a king. But my fee will be 1 lakh. 1 lakh means what, children? 100,000 rupees. So he is saying, I'm going to give you the advice. I have got lot of wisdom, but my fee is 1 lakh. 1 lakh means 100,000 rupees. And the king paid him the 100,000 rupees and the boy gave him a piece of paper. He wrote on a piece of paper, you know what Nagendra had. He had only paper, pen and ink. So he wrote on a piece of paper and he gave it to whom? He gave it to the king. And what it was written on that piece of paper? Think deeply before you do anything. Means whenever you do anything, you go all on a sudden. Yes or no, children? If anything is told to you, you just jump off. You won't think the consequence. Whatever you are doing is right or wrong. So whenever you do anything, you have to think twice, children. So same advice here Nagendra also is giving. Means whatever work you do or whatever step you take or wherever you go, whatever is going in your mind, you have to think twice whether I am doing is right, whether it will hurt anybody or whether it is good for others or whether I am going to put myself in trouble. So all that you must think. So the same thought is given to whom? To the king by Nagendra. Think deeply before you do anything. So this is the next advice to the king. Think deeply. Think deeply before you do anything. So think deeply before you do anything is the advice given to the king by whom? By Nagendra. Okay, children. So I am going for the 12th para. The king was so delighted with the advice that he made it his motto. He had it embroidered on his pillow and engraved on his cups and plates so that he would not forget it. So king was happy, he was delighted, okay, with the advice of whom? With the advice of Nagendra, and he made it his motto. Motto means his goal. Whenever he takes any step, he should be aware about the advice given by Nagendra. So for that sake, what he did? He had embroidered on his pillow. On his pillow, he had written these words. Think deeply before you, what is it? Before you do anything. So he had embroidered it on the pillows and engraved. He had done also, he has written it also on his cups and also on the plates, so that he would not forget it. So whichever things he is using, he has engraved that. He had embroidered on the pillow, he had engraved on his cups and the plates where he is drinking and eating his food. So whenever he does anything, he should be careful. He must think twice before he does anything. So I am going to the 13th para. Some months later, the king fell ill. The minister and one of the queens had been conspiring to get rid of him. So they bribed the doctor and persuaded him to poison the king's medicine. So what happened one fine day, children? Some months later, what happened? The king was fallen ill. He had his bad health. He was sick. So there was some conspiracy going between the minister and the one of the queen. Means to say, anyhow he is sick, he won't live longer, better to die. All that. Some of them I got, because then they'll get the power, they'll get the authority. So this is also in the mind of one of the queen. So she, along with the minister, she is doing conspiracy. Conspiracy means something bad to be done, which is harmful for the king. So what it was? Means to get rid of the king. Means let him go away, let him not live longer. So what does she do? She bribed the doctor. Bribing means what? She is giving money. You don't know what is bribing. You have heard, children, in how corruptions and all are going on. So same thing here also. She bribes the doctor. She gives him some money to keep his mouth shut, and also helps him to put some poison in the medicine whenever it is given to the king. So this was the conspiracy done by one of the minister and the queen. Got it, children? So to get rid of the king, what does she do? She bribes the doctor. She gives extra money and tells him to keep quiet, and at the same time tells him to put some poison in the cup in which the medicine is there, and that medicine who is going to take? The king is going to take that medicine. See that, children? See the 14th para. When the medicine was brought to the king, and he lifted the golden cup to his lips, he read the words engraved on it. Think deeply before you do anything. Without suspecting anything, he thought about the words, lowered the cup, and looked at the medicine in it. The doctor, who was watching all this, felt nervous. His guilty conscience made him believe that the king had guessed that his medicine had been poisoned. While the king was thinking, the doctor threw himself at his feet and confessed to everything and prayed to be forgiven. But the minister and the queen insisted that they drink the poison in his cup. They too fell at his feet and begged for mercy. He ordered them to be hanged, and he banished the doctor from his kingdom. He made Nagendra his minister and honored him well. So the last para, children, what is it? Say it is, how it is interesting it is. So when the medicine was brought to the king, okay, it was brought in a golden cup. But actually, is it medicine, children? No, in the medicine, poison was mixed to get rid of the king. Who had plotted this? This was plotted by the minister and one of the queen. So here, children, see, He lifted the golden cup to his lips. When he was about to think, he read the words engraved on the cup. What was it written, children? Think deeply before you do anything. So these were the words which were engraved on the cup. So without suspecting anything, he thought about the words and he lowered the cup. He started thinking. He did not think. He saw the medicine. He was about to drink. He saw the engraved word. He put the cup. So there only one doctor was standing and watching who had given him the medicine. He thought something somewhere is wrong. Means the king might be suspecting something about the doctor. That something is going to happen. So he felt guilty and he went and fell on the knees of the king to forgive him for the wrong what he had done. See the children. The doctor who was watching all this felt nervous. His guilty conscience made him believe that the king had guessed that his medicine had been poisoned. So you know, when if anyone takes medicine and they doesn't drink all of a sudden, and if they think and something thought is going on in their mind, the person who is given naturally will come to know. Might be this person has come to know that in the medicine poison is there. So he is suspecting. So doctor feels nervous, and what is there? He comes, he feels guilty, and he falls on the feet of the doctor. See the children. While the king was thinking, the doctor threw himself at his feet and confessed to everything and prayed to be forgiven. So the doctor confesses, he agrees what he has done. In the medicine he has mixed the poison and given for the king. So he agrees, he commits that he has committed the mistake, and he asks him to forgive. For forgiveness he is asking by the king. But the king ordered the doctor must be arrested. Immediately the king orders the soldiers to come and arrest the doctor who was trying to kill him. Then he sent for the minister and the queen and insisted that they drink the poison in his cup. Then he came to know who was the one behind this to give the poison. So the doctor told the truth that it was one of the minister and the queen who insisted him to do this work. So he ordered them, and what did he do? He is giving this golden cup to the minister and the queen, and he is telling them to drink the medicine. So will they drink the medicine, children? No, they won't drink. Why they won't drink? Because there is poison in the cup. They too fell at his feet and begged for mercy. So that time they also felt guilty and they were scared and they felt for pardon. Because otherwise, if they drink, even the minister and the queen can die. He ordered them to be hanged. So for him, he is told to be arrested. The doctor is told to be arrested, and here the minister and queen are told to be hanged. Hanged means to be killed to death. And he banished the doctor from his kingdom, and he drive away the doctor from his kingdom so that he no more comes and shows his face in his kingdom. He made Nagendra his minister and honored him well. So Nagendra was made the minister, and lot of wealth was given to Nagendra for the wisdom and especially for saving king's life. So what do you understand in this story, children? What is the moral you get in this story? What is the moral? Okay, the moral is whatever good you do for others, the good thing will come back to you. So whenever you are doing anything, you have to think twice. You must use your wisdom. Okay. Have any elders advice, you are the small children, so whenever your parents or the elders corrects you or tells you to do something, you have to listen to them and follow their advice where you won't put yourself in trouble. So always be truthful, kind, loving to your parents and the elders. Like how Nagendra, he was an orphan, he was a very poor, he did not have anything. And you know, because of his wisdom, what he became? He became the minister in the king's court. and also he got lot of wealth and he became a rich person because he had wisdom. So children, study day to day and acquire the knowledge. Your wisdom will help you in your future to become a great personality. Here I am going to stop this lesson, but after this lesson I am going to give some 3-4 questions of which the poem The Benjamin went on swimming. So that poem notes I will be putting up now children. So please write with me. Okay children, I am going to start. Benjamin Jones goes swimming. This is first main I give you the meanings. Okay. After the poem you have to write the meanings. After the meanings you have to start with these notes. That is second main. Answer the following questions in 2 to 3 sentences. So the first question is, what did Benjamin inform his wife? What did Benjamin inform his wife? What did Benjamin inform his wife? Answer children. Benjamin informed his wife that he would take part in free for all swimming competition and that it would be held on 4th of July he also told that he would surely win the race. I'll repeat this question and answer. What did Benjamin inform his wife? Benjamin informed his wife that he would take part in the free for all swimming competition and that it would be held on 4th of July. He also told that he would surely win the race. Okay children, second question. Why did Benjamin's wife discourage him? Answer. many years. Repeat this question and answer, children. The second one, why did Benjamin's wife discourage him? Answer is, Benjamin's wife discouraged him because he had not gone swimming since many years. Third question, children. How did Benjamin win the swimming competition? Answer, Benjamin won the competition by chance. He was swimming so slowly that a crab thought of grabbing his toe. Seeing the crab near his toe, Benjamin began to swim so fast to save his toe from the crab and won the race. Okay, I'll repeat the third question, children, for you. Why did Benjamin's wife discourage him? Benjamin's wife discouraged him because he had not gone swimming since many years. This was the second one. Third question, children. How did Benjamin win the swimming competition? Answer is, Benjamin won the competition by chance. He was swimming so slowly that a crab thought of grabbing his toe. Seeing the crab near his toe, Benjamin began to swim so fast to save his toe from the crab and won the race. Okay, children, I'll repeat once again the answers for you. Answer the following in 2 or 3 sentences each. What did Benjamin inform his wife? Benjamin informed his wife that he would take part in free for all swimming competition, and that it would be held on 4th of July. He also told that he would surely win the race. Second question, children. Why did Benjamin's wife discourage him? Benjamin's wife discouraged him because he had not gone swimming since many years. Third one, how did Benjamin win the swimming competition? Benjamin won the competition by chance. He was swimming so slowly that a crab thought of grabbing his toe. Seeing the crab near his toe, Benjamin began to swim so fast to save his toe from the crab